sulfites if they don't have an allergy to it, that is like a mark of something that they're looking for, you know? But, yeah, I don't tend to use it. Another thing that I will say is that sulfites also help with the preservative quality for things to last for a really long time. And as I kind of jokingly alluded to earlier, like we're lucky if we get stuff over a year or two. Turtles probably got like one of the more old kind of collections of mead, you know, back from when he started, right, 70 years ago. Yeah, 2002, 2003 stuff still. So what it's kind of started to seem like from that and other collections that I've had is that they may peak out like earlier, and I guess wines, you know, you think about saving wine for 15 to 20 years or something potentially. Oh, I got this on your birthday when my firstborn was, I'm going to wait till they're 21 or something, you know. And not all wines are like that either, right? Some wines are made to be drunk within a few years. It's not like every wine that stays good for that long either. But it does seem like some of the meads have started to kind of peak out at like 5, 6 years, 7 years. This kind of process is starting to mature enough now that we have a backstock of things that are older. So sulfites potentially might help in kind of like 15 to 20 years. That's a good question. I can't totally speak to that.
Good Heart's 10-year-old cherry wine's pretty good, right?
Yeah, and you know, that being said, like, I mean, I've had good stuff, no sulfites in beer bottles, you know, that's like 15 years old, you know, so I mean, it's not by any means a hard set fast thing, because if you're going to age, they typically say to use something in a wine bottle with a cork versus a beer bottle. But I've had good stuff in a beer bottle, and like even all beer caps aren't made alike. There's like oxygen sucking beer caps that will like actually preserve things longer than others. So that's something to think about, because beer caps, you know, aren't very expensive, like a couple few cents each. Right. So if you're thinking of keeping stuff longer, especially in beer bottles, then that might be something to think about. So speaking of, we've got, this is probably the oldest thing here. This was made in 2006, December 7th, and been bottled just like basically a couple weeks later, December 20th, because this is more like a beer. This is like a low alcohol type of thing. So, gosh, I wonder actually, do you have an opener? Great. So this was made by our friend Frank.